Okay, so you ready for this? Let's do amortization schedule. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to my favorite financial website, which is crown.org. And you may remember from last week, I told you this is my favorite. I've been using it for years. I will add, I am in no way affiliated with the website. I just really like it. So from the home page of crown.org, you can see on the top right-hand corner, we have choose your plan, resources. We're going to go to resources right here. So just click on resources. We're going to come over to personal finance and then look down for calculators and go ahead and click on calculators. And you'll see they have a bunch of calculators. Next week, we're going to do a prepayment calculator, which is my favorite of the calculators. But to better understand the prepayment calculator, we're starting off with this amortization schedule. Let's see here. So we've got mortgage amortization calculator. Go ahead and click on that. And we're just going to plug in some numbers for example. If you already currently have a loan, you can take a look at your loan's website. If you don't know your interest rate, for example, just go ahead and plug your numbers in there. If you're looking to buy a house, you may just kind of know about how much you're planning to borrow and have some other ideas on these numbers. We're going to go ahead and plug in just some example numbers. So let's pretend we're taking a loan out for $300,000. We're borrowing $300,000. Interest rates change from year to year, but for this example, let's use 4.6%. We're going to go ahead and use a 30-year loan. It tends to be the most common number of years on loans. However, you can take a loan out in different numbers of years. Annual real estate taxes. This is going to be very individual to each home. If you're looking to buy a house, you could see that on the listing, what the real estate taxes are. Annual homeowners insurance, again, is going to be very individual from home to home. And then PMI is your private mortgage insurance. If you are a borrower and you do not have 20% to put down, the bank sees you as a risk and they will charge you mortgage insurance. That mortgage insurance might be somewhere in the neighborhood on a $300,000 loan of $150 a month. And I will point out that that $150 as to you, the borrower, is no benefit at all. It is simply a benefit to the bank because they see you as a risk. For our example, I'm going to put 0 in there. We're going to assume we had 20% to put down. And we're going to hit calculate. So you'll see monthly principal and interest. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time right here, but monthly principal and interest is $1,537.93. We want to show the full report because what I really wanted to show you today was amortization schedule. So this may be slightly off for rounding differences, as it tells you. But what we're looking at here is you can see our monthly payments. They never change throughout the life of the loan. We have always got the same monthly payment. But what does change is we've got the balance of the loan. We started with $300,000. On payment number 1, out of that $300,000 that we borrowed, which we know is the principal, we repaid $387.93 and now have a balance of $299,612.07. The rest of that $1,537.93 payment was in interest, $1,150 in interest. Now, where I find this to be really interesting, and it's just something that new home buyers may not be aware of, is that principal and interest are both numbers that change with every payment you make. So if you have a current loan, if you take a look, you can see that every month as you're paying down your loan, each payment, the principal payment, is getting larger and larger. You're paying more and more towards what you actually borrowed, and the interest payment is getting smaller and smaller. So you're paying less and less on interest each payment. But like I said, payment doesn't change. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down to the very bottom, all the way. We're looking for payment number 360. Here we go. Okay. So our very last payment here, and you can kind of see, if I give you a look here, our very last payment, assuming, get this out of here, assuming that we paid every single payment for 30 years on time, and we never paid any extra payments, we never put any extra money down towards the principal, our very last payment, which is still the same monthly payment, $1,537.93. However, what we were paying towards interest got very low, $5.87 on the last one, very highly weighted towards principal on that last payment. And you could see it just kind of how this has been changing throughout the payment history. So where this is, I think, important to kind of understand, we're going to take a look next week at paying a loan off early. If you pay an extra payment and you let the bank know it's going towards the principal, that extra payment you're making, it's going to take your balance down a little bit lower, which in the long term is going to save you some money in interest. And that's really why I wanted to show you this. I think it's important to know. You really don't need to know the math behind how they get these numbers, but it's important to know so you understand what's going on with each of your monthly payments. So I hope you learned something new today. I really appreciate you watching, and have a great day. Thanks so much.